What's up, crypto geeks? I'm back with another video, and this is a very important video in terms of settlement for Ripple slash XRP with the SEC. Big news, big analysis today. I'm going to start by letting you know I'm not a financial analyst, neither am I giving you legal advice. If you're looking for legal or financial advice, go to someone that's more qualified. I'm going to bring up a very big piece of news, and I know a lot of people have seen this letter that was released a couple of days ago by SEC requesting legal documents from Ripple with their communication with other legal teams. Now, this letter was skimmed by a lot, but this is a very, very important letter for the SEC Ripple fight. The reason it's important is because the SEC is asking for legal documents between Ripple and legal teams to prove that Ripple knew all along that they were a security. Why is that important? Because SEC is looking at their biggest point of weakness and the reason they will likely lose the lawsuit. In their mind and in everybody's mind, even the judge. And that point is that XRP, Ripple, were not given fair notice. If you look, Ripple has always been pushing at that note as that we were not given fair notice, neither were we given the chance to respond. And if you look at even think back to one of the early points that they said, was that SEC was even asked by big crypto exchanges, and the response from SEC is, we don't know. So, SEC is seeing now, specifically with the discovery, and this points to what they're likely to be found, what's likely to be found in the discovery is that SEC did not know that XRP Ripple was a security or not. That's what's going to be found in the memos. But they want to try and defend themselves from that point by saying Ripple themselves knew, even if we didn't say it. We didn't know, but Ripple knew. And what they're hoping to find out from those memos between Ripple and legal teams is that Ripple went out to a legal team and asked whether they were a security. And the response from the legal team, and what the SEC is hoping is that the legal team told them that yes, you're a security, and that proves that Ripple knew all along. Now, what they're likely to find, if anything, is obviously not that they found out that they were a security, because if that was the case, Ripple was asking SEC. Ripple could have went to the SEC and said, look, you know what? We found out we could be a security. Let's regulate it and figure something out, settle before we even went through a lawsuit. But what they're likely to find, if they're lucky, is that SEC, XRP, Ripple, went to a legal team, and the legal team's response was, you are no more of a security than Ethereum. Which again would point to the lack of clarity and neglect from the SEC. Again, a losing argument for the SEC. So regardless of how this document is viewed, the SEC is the losing team. But I will tell you one step up this. I can tell you it's quite clear that there's a lot of stuff happening in the background right now between Ripple and the SEC. And I think I'm not going to discuss specifics, but the drop in market cap and the drop in the number of XRP tokens or cryptocurrencies and the consistent delaying of the SEC's meeting point to a settlement. I'll top that up one more time. The fact that the SEC specifically went after a lawyer that's an expert in settlement, again, hints towards a settlement. Now, I'll tell you something. A lot of people are saying, why are they still fighting the lawsuit if there's a settlement incoming? And that is because SEC know that if they are clearly giving away, they're going to get less from the settlement. So when you go to negotiate, you don't negotiate when you're weak. You negotiate when you're strong so that you can get the most that you can get out of the opposing team. And this is what the SEC is doing. But it's very clear, even from Ripple's perspective, there's been a lot of quiet from Ripple's team right now. If you look over the last week or so, there's been very little discussion from the legal team. There's not been any interviews at all with Brad, with any crypto YouTuber or crypto interviewer. There's a lot of quiet from both sides. Even when you hear Gary Gensler right now not mentioning XRP by name, hinting at it here and there, but not mentioning anything by name. And this is because there's something being discussed. And I will tell you, I will bet half of my XRP that we get a settlement by the end of this month, if not any day from today. Now, a lot of entities are playing into the price right now, whales and different corporations and people that are trying to make money to control the price growth. But it's going to grow. And I will tell you another thing. $10 for XRP is unnegotiable in terms of a price once the settlement is done. Look at it in 2017 when it reached, or 2000, at the market cap, when it reached its highest point at 380 or 370, regardless of the number. And every single entity, every single altcoin that reached those marks has exceeded their all-time highs. And crypto has not. Makes absolutely no sense. And it's very easy and clear that they will reach the $10. And I don't think there's many analysts that disagree with it. Just a matter of whether they'll reach it a week after the settlement, a day after the settlement, 10 days or a month. I predict within a month maximum we'll reach the $10. And I predict by the end of the year we will reach between $30 and $50. I'm not going to predict anything further or anything in between there because the market fluctuates. And I don't want to give you a number that won't reflect reality, and I won't be comfortable with. But I can tell you by the end of the year, if this settlement is clear, and I do suspect that by the end of this month, we will have a settlement, you will see the number cross $10 within a month, and by the end of the year, reach between $30 and $50. So let's hold on to our XRP very tightly because it's very clear there's a lot of market manipulation and a lot of whales trying to play with the market to make short or long-term gains. So hold on to your XRP. A lot of good news coming in the coming days. XRP again has announced that they're going to give the response to this letter on the 14th of May. And guess what happens the same week? The meeting between Gary Gensler and his team that happens the day before. So Ripple's response is a day after the meeting on Thursday. That should ring a lot of bells for everybody. So let's hope for a settlement in the coming days. Thank you for watching the video. Please click that like button. Really helps me out. Click that subscribe button. Really helps me out. And leave a comment in the comment section what you think XRP will reach in a month of the settlement and a year after the settlement. I'd be forever grateful if you could share this video as well on your Twitter pages. Let's get this to explode. Share it so that everybody starts to see the truth. And perhaps this could even push the market to grow much quicker. Thank you for watching the video. Click that like button.